Dear friends online, hello everyone. We are happy to see Grandmaster JinBodhi again on this live broadcast. What are we going to be talking about today? I'll keep it a secret for now. There is a reminder. You see that I am wearing an Energy Bagua jacket. So I hope that all the friends, if you have time now, while you listen, you can change into comfortable clothing that are suitable for exercises. Comfortable exercising attires, shirts, pants, and also wear sports shoes. And please take a look at the space around you. See if you can find the empty space of 2 to 3 square meters, so that, and also be aware of tables that have sharp corners, or if there's anything that breaks easily, maybe put them aside so that you have a comfortable and safe space. Now you can change your clothing and your shoes. And before we start our program today, International Bodhi Meditation Organization wants to can provide a special meditation seat to all Bodhi meditation practitioners. So if you know any friends or anyone who has a furniture factory, please contact us. Please contact us as yuanwang3366@gmail.com. So whether it's your friend or a furniture factory that you know, please ask them to contact us and send us their portfolios so that we can make a custom meditation chair for all meditation practitioners around the world. Thank you for your help. For all friends who have just joined us online, please go and change into comfortable exercising attires and sports shoes. Comfortable, relaxing, and also sports shoes. Why? I'm not going to tell you now, but we have some very interesting content later on. Please go and change your clothing and your shoes. And also, if you have a husband or if you have children at home, and even maybe elderly seniors, they might be able to do it too. Let's get prepared.
好，各位网友们刚刚上线的网友们哈，看一下大屏幕有一个温馨的提醒，请你现在呢去换上舒适的、适合运动的服装，还有鞋子，还有把你的家呢，腾出来一块2-3 平方米左右的安全的运动的空间。那么今天是为了带我们做什么呢？
2 to 3 meter squares of space so that we can exercise together.
就要开始了。
So what are we doing today? Let's wait a little, and we'll begin very soon.
All the
friends online, hello everyone.
我们又是相会了哈。
We meet again today.
这堂课是
Today's class
盛情难却哈，就是给挤出来的。
is
既然是
we
这
have
样的
today's
话
class
呢，
because
今
of
天给大家透露一个
everyone's enthusiasm,
很新的
and we will
东西
reveal a very new content today.
大家看接下来我拍好的
Let's watch
一段视频，
a short
其实就
video
是
first.
我找一些跟前的一些小徒弟们，
Some of
演示的
my disciples
方法呢都是我教的
demonstrated
啊。
these
那这个
methods.
如果你有兴趣的话，
If you are interested,
这目的
let's
呢
practice
就是在
together.
于健康，
And
健康，
The
健
goal
康
is to have
好
health.
准备好了吗？
Are you ready?
3、2、1，开始了。
Let's get started. Grandmaster JinBodhi's Energy Bagua Aerobics. Hello everyone. Today I will be introducing everyone to some new fitness exercises. I practiced some martial arts moves related to Energy Bagua when I was younger. I found that when these moves are practiced and repeated individually, the fitness effect is also very good. It's different from feeling of steadily walking Energy Bagua. It adds more sense of movement. This exercise doesn't need a large practice space. You can do it at home or even in your bedroom. That's right. It's possible in small spaces and suitable for modern everyday person. This type of training is great for improving physique and fitness, increasing vital energy, improving heart and lung function, and blood circulation. I think good health is the most beautiful look. After this type of exercise training, it creates movement and promotes our major organs to work and metabolize faster. This way, it expels toxins and the previous day's food waste from the body. This enables weight loss. When first starting, if your energy, speed, or coordination cannot keep up, or if you feel breathless, these reactions are all normal. Practice a few more times and you'll be fine. Train yourself first to have the habit of continuous practice. Keep following along and the results will show naturally. Your movements will become more proper and as a result, more effective. After more practice, it will also produce some self-defense effects. At the end of the video, there will be demonstrations of a few self-defense moves. When we have the beauty of health and physique, as well as some knowledge of self-defense, I'm sure this will increase our confidence, charisma, the spirit in our eyes, and our inner fortitude. When practicing, our clothing and shoes need to be loose, comfortable, and breathable. Do not practice when feeling overly hungry or full. It will be uncomfortable that way. When practicing, be aware of personal safety. Do not get any bruises or sprains. After completing this training, you have to stretch and relax the body. Okay, one more reminder. After learning this, do not go picking fights with others. Health and fitness is our ultimate goal. When we're healthy and happy, then we can have the most wonderful life. Everyone is welcome to try it out. It's really fun. Let us start to practice the Energy Bagua Aerobics. Let's do warm-up exercise first. Stretch the right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. Right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now draw a circle with your body. Change direction. Bring your left arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw a large circle with your body. Change direction. Now let us stretch our legs. Take a step back with your right leg. Put both hands on the left knee. Take a half step forward with the right leg. Your body sits back. Toes of the front foot points upward. Your left leg's back muscles are stretching. Change legs. Put your hands on the right knee. Take a half step forward with the left leg. Your body sits back. Your right leg's back muscles are stretching. Now let's do some chest expansions. Now to the right. ，Let's do some leg raises. Right leg first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rotate our waist, wrist, and ankles. Left leg first. Change direction. Change your foot. Let's exercise the right ankle. Change direction. Let's practice archery exercise. Pull your body back and turn your body to the side. Imagine that you are pulling a ball back. Change
前
direction.
面的手向上45度，
Your
眼睛
arm
看
on the
前面的
front
手
is lifted up at a 45-degree angle. The arm on the back pull back as far as possible. Stretch your chest muscles.
侧步，
Change side, step back, and pull.
换边，侧
Change
步
direction.
拉，
Take a step back and pull.
换边，
Change direction.
拉，
Step back and pull.
换边，
Change direction. Take a step back and pull.
好，我们现在开始撞膝，
Now, let's take some knee stretches.
双臂
Your
伸
left
直
leg is at the back. Raise both arms straight and high. Pull them down. Stretch the left knee upwards. Hands and knees move firmly at the same time. Change leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
好，踏步放松。
Now,
大家
relax.
做得很好扩胸运动，向右
Let's do some chest expansions.
2
To the right first.
4 5 6 7 8 2 2 3 4 5 6 7 8，准备高抬腿。
Now, do some leg raises starting from your right leg.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 2 2 3 4 5 6 7 8。下来，我们再做一遍后羿射日，准备右腿往后侧，
Let's do archery exercises. Take your right leg
换
backward.
边，侧步
Change side.
拉，
Take a step back and pull.
换边，
Change side. Take a step back, pull.
换边，侧步
Change, step back, pull.
换边，
Change,
侧步
step back,
拉，
pull.
换边，
Change, step back, pull.
换边，
Change, step back, pull.
换边，
Change, step back, pull.
好，我们准备撞膝。
Now, let's take some knee stretches. Starting from your left leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
换腿，
Change leg.
1
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
好，我们再来扩胸运动。
Let's do chest expansions again. Let's take a step to the right.
3 4
5, 6, 7, 8.
2
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
好，来高抬腿。
Let's do some leg raises. Starting from your right leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
很棒，大家做得很好。
That was great.
接下来再
Let us
做后羿
continue.
射日
Let us do archery exercises again. Take your right step back.
换边，
Change.
后面的手用力
Pull
拉
back.
向后拉。
Use a lot of
像打开一张弓
use a lot of strength when pulling.
侧步
Change.
拉
Step back and pull.
换边
Change. Step back. Pull.
加油，最后4个。换边
Last 4.
侧步
Change. Step back. Pull.
换边
Change. Step back. Pull.
最后2个。
Last 2.
换边
Change.
侧步
Step back.
拉
Pull.
最后1个。
Last 1.
换边
Change. Step back. Pull. Let's get ready to take knee stretches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
换腿，
Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
好，大家做得很棒。
Now that was
我们现
great.
在开始放松，
Let us relax.
肩同宽，深呼吸。
Your feet is at the same waist with your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and breathe out.
右手搭在左肩上，
Put your right hand on your left shoulder.
放松腰背，
Turn your body back. Relax your back.
换边，
Change.
左手搭在右
Put your
肩
left
上，
hand on the right shoulder. Turn your body back.
右腿往后撤步，
Take a step back with your right leg.
往后伸，
Cross your fingers and extend the arms to the back. Relax your arms and legs.
右腿向前跨步，
Take a step forward with your right leg. Cross your fingers and extend the arms to the front. Relax your arms and legs.
换腿，
Change.
侧左腿，双手往后伸，
Take your left leg back. Cross your fingers and extend them to the
左腿
back.
向前跨步，
Change. Step forward with your left leg. Cross your fingers and stretch forward.
好，下来我们做手部拉伸，
Let's do some arm stretches. Stretch the right arms
放
first.
松后臂，
Relax the upper arm.
换手，
Change.
好，大家放松。我们
Let's
伸伸手
relax.
伸伸
Shake your
脚
arms and legs.
做深呼吸3次，
Take a deep breath
吸
in.
气，
Breathe in.
呼气，
Breathe out.
再吸气，
Breathe in.
呼气，
Breathe out.
最后一次吸气
Last time. Breathe in.
呼气，
Breathe out.
今天的八卦健身
Today's
就到
Energy
此圆
Bagua
满
Aerobic
感恩大
exercise
家
is
祝大家
completed.
健康快乐。
Energy Bagua self-defense techniques. Flip the attacker's hand outwards and swing the attacker to the side. Robbery is one of the most common crimes worldwide. Approximately 45% of robbery cases occur on the streets. Here are some self-defense tips. When you meet a robber on the streets, squat and pull down on the object that was snatched. Lowering your center of gravity will cause the other party to lose their balance. Squat down. Always remain vigilant. Safety is most important. Wasn't it interesting?
耳目一新哈。
Does it feel very new to you?
这些只是其中一个小部分。
This is only a very small part.
就是好，这样的大家呢，
All right.
这个擦擦汗，
So
喝点水。
take a drink
但
of
是注意
water.
啊，不要刚出点汗呢就
And
对着那个冷气口吹。
If you are sweating, make sure
这
that
个防
there's no cold air blowing on you
防
so that
被
you don't
吹
catch a
伤
cold.
就是这个风呢，就对人体的这个
The
影响
wind
啊
can affect our
正
health a
负影
lot.
响都是
There
很
are
显著的啊。
positive effects on us and negative effects as well. We need wind, but it cannot be too strong, especially after we sweat. So wipe that sweat away and drink some water. Master, I want to share some people's comments after watching this video. Yiju says, Master, we all need more exercise. Energy Bagua exercise. Fantastic. I'm grateful to learn something new. Energy Bagua not only helps our health, let's all start to learn it. There are a lot of surprises and fortunes. Let's go. Many people are very happy. It's so special. I saw that I'm on the wrong channel. That's very normal. Master, the healthy exercise is so good. It's not healthy exercise. It's called Energy Bagua Aerobic exercise. If you want to watch it again, go onto our YouTube channel and search for Grandmaster JinBodhi Energy Bagua exercises.
Good and easy to follow， 就是非常好，然后也非常容易的跟着学。
对，
真好。
这非常容易。
It's very easy to learn.
就是说你在家里有空的时候
When you have time at home,
打开电脑和电视
you can turn on your laptop or TV and follow along. It's very simple.
无理。
I believe that many friends, they are watching the live broadcast now and they practiced along with the video. Thangka says that I am sweating a lot. Thank you, Master. All the tendons are relaxed. I'm very happy. My entire family is doing it together. I have sweat all over, and it's fantastic. It is a combination of movement and stillness. It's very simple. Master, there are also questions. Thank you, Master. It's great. When can we practice this exercise? In the morning or in the evening? Anytime. Anytime is suitable to practice this exercise. Go on YouTube. It's available on YouTube. It's brand new. We filmed it in Vancouver Center. My grandma is old. Can she do it too? If for seniors, if you don't have very good legs, then only do as much as you can. Because I'm not there to guide you directly, make sure that you put safety first. And also when you practice along, at the first, it might be too fast for you to follow along. So when you learn it on YouTube, when you play the video, when you're tired, you can pause the video. You can pause it in the middle and take a break. When you take a break in the middle, don't drink too much water. You can take a small sip. And after you finish the exercise, you can drink a lot of water. That's fine. Some people, after practicing it for only once, they are already sweating. And for the best practice, how many times should we practice? It depends on how old you are. If you want to have very good kung fu, then you need to practice for over 10 times every day. It will give you better physique and appearance. If you are middle-aged and you just want to have fitness, then if you can practice once or twice a day, that's already enough. if you are between 20 to 40 years of age, because everyone's physique is different. Some people can practice 5 to 6 times a day. The more you practice, the more fit you are. And for many principles that I have learned because from meditation, you have to combine movement with stillness. I know a lot of these principles I can teach until I'm 80 years old, and I won't be able to finish.
跟您分享一些说英文的网友他们的评论哈。
好。
他们留言说，一位真身，他说 Very good, awesome, very trendy and up to date, and the more youngest will join. Proud of master， 就说啊，太棒了，棒极了，非常的时尚哈，最时髦的了。更多的年轻人一定会来加入很为师父感到骄傲。是这位说英文的网友现场的留言。还有一位 Celia Lim， 他的留言是 Something new to learn, awesome, so fun and a good exercise。说又有好多新的可以去学喽，太棒了，好好玩，真好的锻炼呐。
对对对。
That's great. For self-defense moves, you can try to practice it with your husband, but be careful, be safe. There are some movements it might be safer if I was there to teach it. Everything I teach is focused on safety. You can try to copy the movements, but please be careful, be safe. Because this is the first time that people are watching it, they couldn't follow along. And somebody says that I'm sweating all over, but I know my movements are not correct. It's very fun, thank you. I just cannot follow along. I hope that in the future you can download the video, but now just go on to YouTube. YouTube is available in most global nations, and it streams very smoothly. When you're tired, pause the video, take a break, and then continue. I welcome everyone to go onto YouTube. Make sure that you sign up for an account and subscribe. We will choose some active subscribers, and we'll do a very special live broadcast on YouTube. I am a convenience store. I have many knowledge, I can tell.
还有一位网友丽珠，他说。
Your treasure chest is making us dizzy. There are so much. Is that all? Now just follow along first. When you are following along, check your movements to see if they are correct. The more correct you are, the better the effect. In between the movements, we have some relaxing moves. Otherwise, after 3 minutes, everyone will be sweating. Also, the movements seem very simple. The more we learn, the more moves, the more advanced the moves are. So my convenience store has a lot of products. There are slow products and fast ones. I have everything. So when you combine fast movements and stillness, the result is the best. And this is only less than 0.1% of Energy Bagua. So let's learn it slowly. Remember to go onto YouTube and find it. You can sign up for an account on YouTube. Next, we will look at some of the comments I have received from our enthusiastic friends online. There are people asking many different questions. Today, we will show some home layout who seeks my advice on Feng Shui. The first family comes from Australia. They send us their house's layout. He says that he doesn't seem to be able to accumulate wealth in his family, and when he has some savings, he has to spend it because of his health or other reasons. So he wants to know where the main wealth position is and where the superior position is and how to adjust. Let's look at his layout. So first, I want to say that I don't want to leak any of your information. If you didn't tell me in advance that you don't want it to be broadcasted, I would see it as public information that can be shared with the viewers. I really want to be kind. If your house really have bad feng shui, you can change where you live, although it's difficult to sell or rent a place, but good fortune is more important. So let's look at this layout from Australia. Look at his front door. The front door is on the bottom. So let's look at the complete layout. What do you feel? 10 seconds. The family room is on the top right. The bedrooms are on the top right. On the bottom right is the garage. That's it. Okay, I'm going to explain. When you enter this house, you start to walk astray. The path is slanted to the right, and so on the left you hit a wall, and on the right there is a path. So in this house, probably the wife has all the says. The wife has a stronger life energy. And also because the entire lower right corner, it is the garage. The garage is empty, and the vehicles are transportation objects. And so it shows a lot of comes and goes. And so this is a hole. This is a hole that leaks wealth. And so I would suggest that facing the garage door on the wall, you should hang a mandala Thangka so that it can accumulate good qi. This is a mandala, and this is an image of the auspicious heaven. And so when we have such a mandala, it will help you to protect your home and safekeep your wealth. So you need a mandala Thangka in your home, and also on the middle of the garage floor, use some paint to draw an Bagua diagram and draw the King Wen Bagua. There is a difference between primordial Bagua and King Wen Bagua. I will send a Bagua diagram to you, and one day I will show the primordial and King Wen Bagua diagrams online so that everyone can download it if you need it. So you can use some paint to draw it on the middle of the garage floor. And make sure that the Bagua diagram is 1.8 meters in diameter, so that it will help you to accumulate qi and wealth. And the main wealth position in the family, where is it? It is actually in the middle, where the dining room is. The orange triangle, the orange rectangle shows the main wealth position. So look at the diagram now. The orange triangle, the orange rectangle is the main wealth position. There are 3 more wealth positions in the family room. So the green rectangle in the family room is the secondary wealth position. The green circles are also wealth positions where you can position treasure jars. And because there is a window, it also leaks. And when people can see everything in the house through the window, it is a leak. If it is a French window or a window wall, make sure that you put some stickers, shade stickers on the lower 70 centimeters of the window wall, so that the leak can be somehow blocked. It's very easy to manufacture glasses this day, and sometimes when people want to save money and when they want a lot of sunlight, they create a lot of glass walls. In some places, it is suitable, especially in public places, but I don't think it's suitable for families. In a family, it's a place for you to rest and sleep. Whether it's your body, if you don't wear a lot of clothing, then you show your body. But when the window is showing your home, it is showing your wealth. And so on the bottom, at least 70 centimeters from the floor, for that area, you should, from 70 centimeters to the bottom of the floor, you should put very dark colored glass sticker. For example, the ones that we can see a lot in auto body shops. It's very easy to put on. If you don't know how to stick it on, I can help you. But I will charge you 10,000 US dollars for every hours of work. But I don't have time to go. And also, some of the stickers will have prints on them, like flowers or forest. If you have beautiful prints, it will make you feel very warm. So if there are plant or wood on the pattern, it can also help us to accumulate wealth and block out the evil energies. There's another wealth position in their family. It's in the main bedroom. And you can place a treasure jar there. So, if you don't want a lot of trouble and you want to solve your feng shui issues, then please do what I'm suggesting. I tell the suggestions very straightforward. I hope you will take my suggestions. I wish you auspiciousness, and that is my best wish for you. If you feel that it's too much trouble, then you can change your house.
那我们再评论一下下一位。
Now let's look at the next one.
好，师傅，我们还有2位网友。
Master, there are 2 more who sent us their layouts.
抽一张，对。OK， 好，来看这一个房型图哈。他也是想请教师傅，看一看他的那个整个房子的
Let's take a look
上位
at
南
their
位，包括还有
house
什么
layout.
特别明显的缺陷需要进行
Where the
改善的
wealth
地方
positions are,
请师傅
is there
指导
any disadvantage points that needs to be changed?
好，它的这个大门
Their
这间
front
这间
door
房子的大门也是在下面
is
的
on the
位置
bottom
下
right,
面的位置靠
bottom
中间
left,
左侧一点。
where the red Chinese characters are.
那我给他了一些建议，
I have some suggestions
网
for
友
them.
朋友可能不容易分辨出来哈。
It might be
就是底下红
it
字
might
是
be
大门
difficult
这
for
边
you to
大门一
recognize.
进去之后
On
直
the
冲着一间
bottom
屋子
is a
那
front
个也
door.
画了一个半圆的，
And
就是门的意思。
The room that's facing the front door is a bedroom. Usually, we don't want to see this type of design because this not only leaks energy, but it also creates opposition energy.
看到它这个房子的
And
墙壁应该
when I
不是
look
纯正
at
墙
this
也就是
house
可能
from
是
the
可以改
layout,
动的
it seems that the wall is not a weight-bearing wall. And if it's possible to change, I would suggest you to move the door. Change the door to the position on the left. Right now, it's on the right. Change the bedroom door to the left so that it's back to back to the bedroom door beside it. Then you will be able to avoid the front door and the bedroom door colliding.
在原来它这个门这个地方，
And
这个大门的
where
这
the
个位置
bedroom door used to
如果
be,
从已经修建的
if
上
you
层
can
起来
change
的
it, and if you build a wall there,
成为一个主位这个
this
主位
becomes
可以
one
看到
of the
谈成唐卡
this becomes
这
one of
上
the
供桌呀
superior
供桌
positions.
和观世音
You
菩萨
can
都可以
offer Thangka there
会
and put
帮
the
着你
altar
在
there,
去镇
and
宅
it will help you to
啊
protect your
又能够
home
呢解一些
and also
啊
resolve some
这样一个
issues
吉
of
祥
your
啊
home so that there
那
is
再往右
auspiciousness.
边看哈
And look on the
向
right.
右边看，哎，我这里画了个，一个
On the
一个
right,
金脉
I
裱起来
drew
挂
A
为什么用了这个词呢？
red
我就想它这个位
orange
置应该挂个什
rectangle.
么东西
There should be something
来更
that's
符合
hung
这个
there
更吉
so
祥
that it makes a
祥和
house more auspicious.
我的解释原则我在这里不再解释了。
I'm not going to explain too much about it.
我们在
about
看
the
一个平面的
principles.
房型
When we
它
look
也
at
是
the
一个房
layout,
图来
it is also
这里
a
缺了什么？
Bagua
什么东西
diagram.
太重了
What's
什么东西不
missing?
适合放在哪个
What
位置
is too
这是
much?
这个房
What
子
is
上
not
的这个
suitable
建议
there?
但是房子已经盖成了，是
But
没有
the
办法
house has already been
所
built.
以呢，就
There's nothing
我们会
else you
找
can
一些其
do.
他方法进行
You can only
调整
find
和补救。
some ways to make up
所以呢，
for
这
the
个地方
shortcomings.
我画了一个叫金
And
脉
so that's
裱起来
why
挂
I ask you
那金
to
脉是
hang
我
this beautiful scarf on the wall.
那我们呢
Originally, this is one of my
这个
paintings,
有
and
些不知道
it
的
is
人就会觉
made
得你看
into
这
a
个
silk
不是
scarf,
真的
and it's available on the
我还
Cibei
真不
Yin
是这个意
website.
思
Some of you might be thinking that I'm just trying to make a sale of the silk scarf. No,
这个金
that's
脉
not
这个
what
东西
I'm
它是个
doing.
丝巾
I'm
的
just trying
这个
to
丝
give
巾
you my
很重的
suggestion
几个
for
钱
the best wishes.
这个丝巾
This
呢
is
好多
just
种用途
a silk scarf. You can use it in many ways.
是吧
It can be a scarf, it can be a belt.
面罩
You can also wrap it around your
可
face
以
like
当
a face
巾
mask.
啊都可
You
以
can also use it like a
这个
bath
还
towel.
可以把它裱起来当做一
You
个
can
这个风水
also
画
frame it and
因为
use
它
it
的
as a
金脉
Feng Shui painting
你挂上它
because
人人
it's
都会
called
觉
the
得
golden
富贵
veins.
吉祥
If you hung it,
是这样的一个
everyone
东西
will
帮你
feel
来
very
聚财的
wealthy
啊
and it will help you to
所以这个裱
accumulate
起来这个丝
wealth.
巾没
So once you frame it, it doesn't cost very much. How much is a silk scarf itself?
90不到100吧。
I think it's less than $100 US.
这个我们这个印制的都是特别好的材料
And
做的哈，
we
特别好。
we made the silk scarf with very good
但是因为我
materials.
看他家的这个风水的时候，
When I look
我
at
也挺发愁的，
this
我说
place
得
Feng
找一个什么
Shui,
样的吉祥图案，
I'm worried and I don't know what type of
就是这样。
material I can use to help them. And then I thought about the golden veins.
这个就
It's up to
挂起
you
来
if you want to
我就
hang it
裱
or
起来
not.
当做一
If
幅
you
画
don't have the
放在
money
这
to
里
buy it, I can give one to
那么
you.
这个右手边呢，
And so let's continue. On the right-hand
这
side,
个房子右手边，它
on
家
the
的
right-hand
客厅
side of the house, there is a
餐厅
living
靠
room.
近门口
So the
可是
dining
客厅
room
靠近门
is
口
beside the door,
是稍稍有
and
点怪哈。
the living room
所以在它的
is
客厅的两个角
more
啊，
to the right,
放
and this is
两个
rarely
聚宝盆
seen.
儿，
So
这样就比较
I'm
好。
placing two treasure vases on the corners of the living room,
主
and
卧
also in the
主卧
master
室的右
bedroom.
上角，这个
on
图
the
的
top
总共
right
右上角这个
corner
位置，就是在主卧室的这个角
On
落
the
里
top
头
right
放
corner,
一个聚宝盆，
I'm also placing a
这样
treasure
就可以
vase.
了，就化解家
Now,
中的一些
some
问
of
题。
your
这因为我
issues
觉
in
得
the
这个
family
房
can
子
be
对
dissolved.
这个房子的结构
The
会
layout
容
of
易
this
容
house
易造
might
成
tend to
为什么讲
create.
容易呢？
Why do I
世
say
界上很
tend
多
to?
没有绝对的东西。
Because nothing is
但是
absolute
对
in
于
this
这个房
world.
型来说，就
But
容
when I
易
look
造
at this
成
layout,
父母和子
it
女
tends to cause disharmony between the parents and the children,
为啥呢？
and that's a feng shui of
我
this
还是
house.
说给你算了，
Why?
这是个直肠子哈，
Let me tell you,
以后你就明白了。
in the future you will
因为
understand.
对着餐桌的
Because
上面的那个
facing the
房
dining
子是什么？
room,
大家看看，
what's above it?
厨房
It's a kitchen.
那里又是水呀，又是火
There's water, there's
火呀
fire.
水呀，把父母和子女的卧房
The water
硬
and
生生地
fire.
从中间给隔开了。
The water and fire, the kitchen, separates the parents' bedroom and the children's bedroom.
对，所以呢，这是一个八卦图。
And so if
只
we
是
look
中
at
间
it
起火
like a Bagua diagram, in the middle there is a fire burning.
所以为什么这个旁边
And
在厨
so
房门口
that's
是挂着
why
金麦呢
when we
真金不怕火
that's why we need to hang the golden veins
金针
outside
加
the
着蓝色
kitchen
蓝色
because
只有两色
gold
调
is not afraid of
像
fire.
美玉一样
And
平衡
on
的
the silk
这样
scarf,
的
it is a color of blue and gold. And it's going to
好
cool
就
the
这个
fire
房
as
子
well.
就评估是这个样
And
子
so
的
that's
说
my
这些房子
evaluation of
可
this
能会
house. With
比较
these adjustments, it might be better.
感恩师傅。
Thank you, Master.
好，那我们接下来看另外
Let's look at another
另外一
diagram.
个
嗯
房型。
嗯，好，打开了哈。它这个大门在右下角，大家看到红字的
The
哈
front
大门
entrance
在右下角
is on the lower right corner where the red Chinese characters
进了
are.
大门之后，
Once you enter the
这
front
有个
door,
储存
there
室
is a
储存
a
室
small
是一个大
storage
柜子
room,
似的啊
like a
哦
storage
进这个
cabinet.
门口又是个靠着墙边就是一个鞋柜，
And beside it,
进来之
beside
后
the
稍稍
door,
右
there
转
is a shoe cabinet.
之后呢，
Turning right,
储存室的旁边就
turning
有一个
right
神
beside
桌
the storage
也就是他
room,
自己
there
认为的
is
上位啊
a altar.
对，对着神桌的右边呢，
Next to the
有
altar
饭桌
is
给
the
家人吃
dining
饭的
room
地方
where people eat together.
那么再往里走之后
And
呢，
once you
就
walk
是两个大
inside,
窗户
there are two large
并且可能为
windows.
了做室外的造型，所以
And
这个窗户呢，它
these
不是一条线
windows is not a
从越不
straight
规则的
window.
房型
There
是越
is
难
a
处理的房型
there is a shape, there is a
越不
design
规
of
则越
it.
难处理但是设计师是会，他会觉得
Designers
标榜自己说他
wants
要
to
从外面
show
看
their
东西，这
talent,
个房子你看
and so
起
that
来
when
很
people
放
view
心
the house from outside, how
所以有很
beautiful
多
it
是
is.
外
So
在
they
看起
create
来
a lot
很
of
时髦很美
designs.
但是里头不
So
实用
if you look at it from
最实用
outside,
的
it looks
房
very
子就方方
fashionable,
正
but
正的
it's not very
容易
useful.
实用，容易调整这个风水。
Square
最方正的
houses,
房子是最实
rectangular
用的房子
houses
大家
are
记
the
住
most
这个
useful.
这个规则哈，记住这个规则。
Remember this principle. Many young people doesn't understand it. Think about it. Draw a circle. Draw a circle on the floor. And how would you arrange your furnitures? Because no furniture can be aligned to the wall. Very few furnitures are designed to suit a circular room. So in some places, it looks nice, but it's not useful. So in this house, I would rate the feng shui as leaking and leaking. It leaks very easily. Once you enter the front door, in the living room, there are 2 windows. And look at the windows. The master bedroom leaks the most on the left and right. There are 2 windows. Usually in feng shui, we say the dragon's on the left, the tiger's on the right. However, on both sides of the master bedroom, it's 2 tigers. It's all empty. There's nothing that you can rely on. For example, when you sit on an armchair, there are 2 armrests. It will help you to feel safe. So when you're laying on the bed, if there's no curtain, you feel that you will fall off the bed, especially if you live in a high-rise. And that's how dangerous you would feel. And it looks like these are window walls. And so it tends to leak very easily. And also look at the smaller bedrooms. The entire wall are windows. It probably has very good sunlight, but it leaks all the energy out. Master, in their master bedroom, it seems that the 2 sides of the windows are all window walls. Yes, it does look like it. Very few designers would have window walls in the bedroom. But nowadays, architects really like to use metals and windows. And they feel that concrete is not fashionable anymore. They might even want the floor to be transparent. In one of Hong Kong's banks, there are about 2 to 3 floors where the floor is transparent glass. It's a normal building with different floors, but the floor is window, and so that's why the bank loses a lot of money every year. Because this house leaks a lot of energy, I made some arrangements. So beside your dining room, I hope that you can frame the gold vein silk scarf and hang it as a picture. And also where your sofa is in the living room. Right now they have a painting of mine, Dharma crossing the river, but this painting is not suitable for you. Dharma crossing the river means that I hope that you will start working and everything will be moving for you, that when you go in and out, you are safe. And I think that you should change it. Change it to the Thangka of the golden mandala that I showed earlier. And where the window is, put a very large treasure jar. And also put 2 treasure jars in the kitchen. Master, in the living room, when we place a very large treasure jar there, does the size needs to be very large? Yes, because their window leaks out too much energy. It is bare. It's as if a person is not wearing clothes. And so you need a very large treasure jar. And the belly of the treasure jar, make sure that the diameter is over 35 centimeters. And also make sure that it's tall. And the window beside the television, make sure that there is a cabinet. Make sure that the cabinet is more than 70 centimeters in height, so that it provides some shade. And also in your son's room, put a potted plant near the window. Make sure that the potted plant has some height. That's all I can say. In such a room, with these type of very open window walls, make sure that you hang some curtains. In some houses, the curtains are posed to only one side, but I would suggest that in your house, make sure that the curtain separates in the middle and posed to both sides of the window. This is the first thing. Second thing, make sure that you use 2 double curtains, so that closer to the window, it is a very thin layer of curtain that is like a gauze. And so it is mildly transparent. And so that every day, make sure that the gauze curtain is closed. And when you are going to bed, also close the normal curtain. And so every day, make sure that the gauze curtain is closed, so that blocks some energy from leaking out. That's all for this one. Thank you, Master. Your explanation is very detailed. I'm sure that it will help this sister or brother to adjust their feng shui. I hope that I can give you suggestions so that you can have a better life. Do you have a question? You can ask it at any time. As Master was talking, many friends are they are starting to change, whether it's putting on curtains or stickers. And people who didn't have the semi-color vases, they are starting to purchase their vases. And there are also people correcting the position of their wealth positions, and also husband and wife changing their sleeping positions, and also putting vases in the kitchen. Everybody is leaving comments. Everybody's changing and moving. Once you understand it, start doing it. If there's wealth leaking or there's disharmony between your husband and wife, that's why I want to teach. Many people have benefited a lot. They didn't know that they were wrong because they didn't understand. I want to talk about how you can choose a house, whether you rent a house or buy a house. I want to tell you about the general feng shui. We need to spend some time for you to learn it. Here's a general feeling. Do you think people want to hear it? I have been,
怕我做的事儿人家不喜欢。
I'm not confident since
我就要问呢，
very
这个网
young.
友就在问，您看这个
There's
样本它的
somebody
师
asked
傅请您
that
讲一下
Master,
买房子
please
的时候
talk
怎么
about
看是风水
how
好的
to
房子呢？
look at the feng shui
其实网友
when I
也是
buy
有
a
疑问
house.
但多数网友那个
Most
说
people
耳朵快，手慢，跟不
Most
上打
people
字
can
啊
hear, can
对。
listen, but it's difficult for them to
啊
type. So I want to
这
remind
个
you,
房子如果你要的那个大小、尺寸、颜
the
色
house,
和价位，
if the
你觉得
price,
还是
the
满
s-
意
the
的。
size,
但
the
是有一
color,
件事情，
if you
有
are,
很多
if you
件
like
事情我
it,
需要跟你
and
沟通一
but
下。
there are many other things that you need to look at.
最重要的是，
The most important,
就像找对象一样，你看了
like
这个房子第一
finding
眼你喜欢吗？
a life partner, the first thing
如果
when
你
you
要
look
不
at
喜
the
欢，
house, do you like it?
别
If you don't like it, then don't buy it.
肯定不好。
It's not going to benefit
那
you.
也有人说，哇，这个房主原来是亿万
People
富
say
豪
that,
啊
but
他
the
家出
person
了
who
什么
lived
才子
here
但
is
是
a
他
millionaire
他可能
and
适
their
合于这个
children went
房
to
子
very good
你适合
schools.
于他就像你的
No,
鞋子一
that's
样
that
不一定适合于
person.
你
That person may be
是这样
fitted
子
for this house like
这
a
个
shoe
房
fits
子
them,
任何
but
的
the
东西
house
都
might
是
not
找那
fit
个有
you.
缘人。可是你不
Everything
符
wants
合
to
于他，你
find
当然没有用了。
their
你这这行就对你
destined
没好处。
relations.
那么好不好？
If
是
the
第一
house
感
is
觉
not
是你的
suitable for
眼
you,
睛
then
看
when
见的
you
这
live
是
in
眼
it, it's
缘
not going to be
你
beneficial.
眼睛接
So
触的那个缘
the
分，
first time
你
you
觉得
look
这
at
个
the
就是
house,
我的，
do
我
you
就是
like
喜
it?
欢。
That's the
哎
fate of
但
eyes.
是所要的尺
If you
寸呐
like it
你们的结构啊、价钱呐，也不要符合
And
你。
if the size of the house, the
就比较
price are all suitable
这样
for
你会
you,
越看
then
越
that's
喜欢。
better. The more you
越
look
看越
at it,
喜
the
欢。
more you will like it.
好，这是一个
So
点
that's
哈
the first
希望
thing.
大家能记住哈。记不住没关系。最近这个视频呢，我们也洽谈过。最近他为了安全让大
It's
家能之
okay
后能看
that
到，
if you
所以
don't,
我们的
if you cannot
Facebook
remember
和
it,
YouTube 上
but
都有存
these
放。
videos will
我
be
可以再看
available
一
on YouTube and on Facebook. Then you can
还
review
有
it later.
第二个，
Secondly,
买房租房
when you purchase or rent a
对
place,
这个先大后小，记住这个。先大
make sure
后
you
小
start with large and
先
then
看
small.
大环境。
Look at the large environment first, and then look at the smaller
小环
environment.
境就是房子。
The smaller environment is the house itself and also the interior.
周围的环
The
境
large environment is the environment around the house.
如果周围的环
If
境
the
就是感
environment
觉上不
around the
好
house doesn't feel good,
那么这个房子里面好，
then
也不
even if the interior of the house is good, it's not good enough.
举一个并不
For
恰当的
example,
例子，比如说你呢，
It
作
might
为
not
一
be a
艘
good
船
example.
这个
Say
比如
that
说进行
you
那个豪华
are
游轮
on
有一些
a
人已经做过
cruise.
了，有些人还没做过。那个豪华游轮里面的一些
Say
好
that you are
房
on
子
a luxurious
比
cruise.
咱们一般住的旅馆里面还豪华，
Their
那装修费用会更
the
贵。
hotel rooms on the cruise
可是在它的
is
大海
even
上
more luxurious than our houses.
甚至这个
But
船已经漏
the
了，跟铁达
cruise
尼号似的，它
flows
已经
on
漏
the
了
ocean.
漏水了。你觉得，
Say that
所以
if the
你里面这
cruise
个小
is
房间
leaking,
无论多么好，没用
then it doesn't
它最
matter
后
how
就
good
沉船了
your
就出问题了，
room is on
知
the
道吗？所
cruise.
以你那个小环境好
The
没有
boat
用
is going to
先大
sink.
环境好
So it doesn't matter
所以
how
大家
good the
给我看
room
的不
is.
是小环
You
境。
have to look at the
对，
outer
宁夏这个东
environment,
西就是
the
这样
larger
子。
environment
所
first.
以大家
But
要想
everyone is
好
showing me
住
the
住买房子
interior,
租房子，
the
先看
smaller
大环境。
environment.
在这个
So
大环
if
境
you
里
are
有没有
trying to
最
find a
重要的
place
环
to
境？
live,
这个
look
环
at
境
the
价位
larger
呀、感觉
environment
都重
first.
要的。
Look
对，
at the
那你
price
在
and
这
look
样
at
你喜
the
欢的
feeling
环
of
境
the
之中，再
environment.
找你要的那间房。
Then in the environment you like,
对，
then try to find the house you
要
like.
的那间房就是，哎，我一看我喜欢这个样子。
The house you like is the
当然也有
one
问
that
题的，
when
有
you
人说，
first
那
look
我
at
们
it, you
家
like it.
是吧？比如说这个女方
Some
说是
people
我
would
喜欢
say
这个房
that
子，可是我老公不喜欢。
the
那
woman
我
will
是这
say
样
they
看的，
like
你
the
要谁
house,
做主？
but then the
我
husband
并不
doesn't.
倡导非要是男权主义啊，
Then
非要
you
说
need to
男人
look
喜
at
欢
it
才
this
行。
way.
哎，
In your
女人
house,
喜欢不行。我觉
who
得
is the
以
boss?
男人的定义
It
和
doesn't
你
matter
要的来
if
说
you
的话，
are the
还
man
是
or
女
the
人喜欢
woman.
的为先。要不然这个女人
But
她
I
用嘴
would
骂你特
suggest,
死啊，
because
她
of
整
the
天说这个房
amount
子不好，
that a woman
知道吗？
talks,
是吧？
it's
那
important
你
for
说
the
房
woman
子
to
多，
like
男
the
人给唠叨
house.
死，这也是
If
不
you
吉祥的
if
事
you
哈。
live
对，
in a
这也
house
是
where
无
the
可
husband
避免
likes it, but the wife
在这个房子里
rambles
待的
on
时间
about
比
it
男人多
a lot. then that's not good. Usually, man works outside of the house, and the woman is in the house most of the time. Sometimes a woman is very childish. They like patterns that are very childish. What if they want to buy a pink house? One day when you walk down the street, there is a pink car that drives by. I almost vomited. My breakfast is very expensive. It's $2-3. I felt very uncomfortable. If you have a hair clip, it's pink. That's very beautiful. But if your car is pink, then that is very strong. What about the house? Some women are very childish. They want things in cartoons. The reality in life is different from art. And so a house needs to be very bland. You know where my wig is now. That's too pink. So the more bland the color is, the longer you can look at it. So if you want to live in the house peacefully, then the color of the house shouldn't be too flowery. A house needs to be steady so that it can have a sense of bearing. So think about what are the traditional construction materials: stones, concrete, wood. And today you make it so pink, like internal organs made up a house. Then it has broken our natural pattern. Most people cannot stand it. If a lot of people dislikes your house, then your family will run into many issues. These are my life experiences. It's not a bias. I hope that everyone who listens to me, I hope that everyone who listens to my lectures will have very good life, so that you are not always seeking for help and calling the police. And so that's why first you need to look at a larger scale, larger environment, then the smaller internal environment. Let me take a drink.
好，还有一个哪些房呢？这种不如那种好。那种房
Some houses are better than other houses.
你的就是有的房子，它这个进入大门。
Some houses, as you enter the front door, you step down from the street level into the house. The basement doesn't count. The basement, of course, is below street level. But if it's a single house, and when you enter the main house, the house sits on a lower level than the street, then it's not very good. Let's look at some pictures. Sometimes it's because of the view of the photograph. Maybe it's difficult to see, but let me explain. Look at this one. There is a road. It's a small road in the neighborhood. So look at the level of the road is almost at the level of the road is almost at the same height as the second floor. So the road is much higher than the building. This is not as good as a house that sits on street level. If a house sits on the street level, it is not as good as a house that
外
sits
面的路面
higher
高出几个台阶，
than
高出1
the
米
street
以上
level,
的这样的房子，
1 meter higher than the street level. This type of house is much better.
高人一等。
And we say that the person is higher
这些
than
房
others.
哎，它都是比你的
These types of
门口的
houses,
路面要高出1米。
the
左右
house sits
现在看到
on
的这
at
个
least 1
能高
meter
出了2
tall,
米或
tall
多
higher than the
稍
street
高一点
level.
但是确实也有一种，他在往外看景色的时
And
候，有种高高在
When
上
you look out,
像古
you
代那
feel
个
that you
官
are
员穿的
standing
那
very
个官
high.
服，戴着官帽啊，
Imagine
他看
a
人的时候
government
舔着
official
大肚子
from
走路那
100
方
years
迈着
ago
方步那
that
种高
when
高
they
在上的
wear
感觉
their
他
government
长出这个气
uniform.
质来的人就是官。
And
长出这样的
with
房
this
子来的
type
人
of
就是贵
appearance, this is a very
所以它的
fortunate
高度
house.
它的
The
建
height
筑的
of
起
the
步的
house,
那个地基就比别人高。
the foundation of the
嗯
house
这样
is
的房
higher
子
than
是
others.
好的不
And
错
this is a
现
very
在
good
看到图片的
house.
这个房子，
The
它的
picture
文
that
化
we
超过
are
1000万美金。
looking at is probably more than $10 million
但是买这个
in
比这个路
in
面低
Vancouver.
的也不便宜。你不要
And
以为那个是
sometimes
便宜
when
的
you buy a house
它
that
可能
sits
用
on
的材料也
lower
不错，房
level
面也不
than
小，
the
地
street
面也不
level,
小，
it's
但是
not
也
cheap
不
at
便宜。
all.
只是你懂不懂，
It's just that whether or not you
哎
understand
就
the
是这
Feng
个哈。
Shui.
所以是高出路面来多一点。
So a
是
house
这么
that
理
sits
想。
higher than the
低
street
于
level
地面
is
高
more
度的
auspicious.
就是
If
不
it's
看。
lower than the street level, it's not as good.
所以有这么一个规律。
So there is a pattern here.
你看，我们有个网友叫新颖啊，新颖他说，
One of the friends
妈妈
online
在
said
农村
that
哈，
my
说
mom
这个外面
lives
的
in the
街道
suburb.
比门略高，那样可以吗？
She's
外面的
asking
街
me
道
that
比你家的那个主
the
主
street
进门的这个
the,
门
sh-
高，
the street
就是
outside
我
of
刚
the
才说
house
的，
is
就不如
higher
说你的
than their
门
front door
比外
level.
面街道再高一
And
点
that's
就
what
好
I'm talking about. It's better
那么将来
if
有机
your
会要翻盖房子的
your
时候，把地基垫高一
house sits on a higher level
点
than
要
the
不叫做
street
什么？
level.
你住进
If you
房
have a
子就是
chance,
矮人一
you
等，
need to
高
you
人一
need
等，
to
矮人
make
一
the
等，那
foundation
更好
higher.
呢。
Otherwise, if you
那就是
live
这样
in the
的。
house, you are
这
on
这是
the
这是我
lower
对这个
hierarchy than
房
other
子的
people.
一个很粗略的一
And
些
that's my general
经验。
experience with houses.
嗯，
师傅有个问题问一下。
Master, there is a
有个网
question.
友，Cheryl 丹，他说，请问师傅，他讲到大环境嘛，他们家
Master,
阳台
when we
和
talk
卧室
about
旁边呢
the
就是一个
larger
高铁
environment,
的轨道，每
beside
几
my
分钟就呼啦
balcony,
呼啦
there
地
is
让
a
火车
sky
跑
train.
过，这样
Every
的
few
大环境
minutes,
是不是
there
不
is a
好？
sky train passing by. Is this a
这
bad
不容易省
environment?
钱。
Yes, it's going to be difficult for
对，
you
提
to
到这个
save
问题
money.
哈，说你的旁边
So,
还有很多人不会
beside
买
your
房子，
house,
你选择说旁
some
边可是大
people
路，大家总
they
以为说
want
你看
to
我能看到大路是很好
they
的。
want to
那么好
have
处是
a
呢，
large road
不是
beside their
旁边，如果
house.
你住在那个一个居民区的话，
If
很
you
多栋
live
高楼
in
的，
a
有一个
residential
里头，
area,
所以你看不到风景。
if you live
那住在一个小区靠
in
外
the
的时
middle
候，
of
你
the
就要靠
residential
那边，
area, you might not
就
have
会
any
遮挡的少。
views.
但是
When you
坏处
live
是
on
呢，
the
那
on
个
the side
快
of
速
the
快
residential
速飞驰而过
area,
的这个车，
you have a good
而且
view,
他们不能在
but
这儿停，
there
给他
are
布置一个商
many
业圈。
many
哎，
cars
这个时候根
traveling
本
very
停不了，
fast. So
这个
it's
能量
going
是
to be
快速地走
difficult
的
for
流
you
走。
to save money. The
所以这样
energy
的风水并不太理想。
the energy will take
如果是这
the
样的话，
money
还不
away
如
very
住在
fast.
小区靠中央里头，
Then in
或者
this
背
case,
后有
it's
点
better for you to live
靠
in the
山体的
middle
地
of
方，
the
就是
residential
你的这
area,
个房子
or
的
that
背
live
后的大
or
方向
that if there
有
is
山
a
有山体
mountain
的会更
behind
吉
your
祥。
house,
就是
then
有
that
靠
will be
山，
more auspicious.
对，就是前有靠
So
山，
that
后有
you have
不
something to
是，
rely on.
后有靠山，
So
前
on the
有小
back,
河，
there is a mountain you can rely
对
on,
对，
and
如
in
山
front
像
of,
水。
of your house there is a
记
river.
住了哈，
That's the most
这
good.
个后有
That's the
靠山，
best.
前有小
So
河。
mountain on the
这
back
样的，
and river on the front. These are
对
good.
你这样，所以你在看这个大环境。
So you have to look
特别
at the
重要。
larger environment, and that's very important.
那所以呢，还有就是
And
像，
so,
还有就是路冲。
and
你
we
这个
also talked
房子
about
你这
road.
间屋
road
啊，
colliding with your house's energy. Say that your house is in the middle and directly in front of you there is a large road. When you look at the layout, there is no collision. However, when you stand inside the house, you see that cars are driving into you. So when cars drive towards you, these are collisions, and it's not good.
他问说罗艳春，师傅您好，
Master,
前面有高压线，
in front of my house there is a high there is a electrical post.
我们找禅堂的时候哈，就是我们找了很多房子。
There is a high tension cable
它那个大的高压线
to transport
大钢架
electric.
架的那种大架的高压线，就像那个好像电力输送网一样的那种线
It
哈
transmits electricity.
通常是1公里以内的
Yearly, if you are 1 kilometer away from the high voltage
因为对人体不好，它就是有辐射
pole, only away from it,
离高压线近
you can only live
不太好。
very far
当然也
from
会有一些
the
人
high
是会解
voltage
释
wire
地产商也会解释
because
说
there
这个
will be
这个距离哈没问题，
bad energies for
但是没
health.
问题
Some
离
people
越
will
近
say
越
that
不好
there is no issues, but the closer you are to the high voltage pole, the
师傅好，
worse it
对面
is.
的房子比自己的房子高
What
好
if
吗？
some people
如果
asking
正对
is
面
that
很近
what
距
if
离
the
不好
opposite house is very
它就
tall
好像在
than
压
my
你头
house?
上
If the house is very
还有
close
跟
to
它对
you,
面啊是
then
你
you
隔壁
feel
近
that
排的这个
the
房子，如果
the
都是
house
这种就
is
像温哥华那个
overpowering
小型
you.
的别墅这种
Say
啊
that in
就是
Vancouver
你
there
隔
are
壁
a
就
lot
挨
of
着紧
small
挨着你的
houses.
这一家，
If
因为
the
刚够
family
挺拔又有气势，
beside you
这个时候
is
对你
very
不
tall and very
所以
powerful,
你看，其
it's
实
not good to
在这
you.
个选择房子
And
的时
so
候挺
when
不
we
容易
choose
的。
houses, it's very
所以有很多
difficult.
人跑2年跑不到自己中意的
Some
房子。
people will try
也
2
是
years
常
and
见
they
的。
cannot find a house that they
还有
like.
这个妙琪，他问我们家旁边是
Miao
小
Qi
学
is
校，
asking that
这样可以吗？
there is an elementary
我
school
我个
beside
人
my
比较喜欢学
place.
校
I like
第一个，
I like
它本
schools
身就是读
personally
书的地方。
because first
获取
it's a
智慧的地
place
方。
for you to
那么
learn
第二个的
wisdom,
话呢，
to learn
每天你能
knowledge.
听到很
And
多
so every
很
day
快乐的
you
声
will
音。那小
hear
孩子一下
very
课的时候
happy
总是在那
voices
欢
in
笑
recess.
活
All
泼
the children
是
are
吉
happy,
祥
they're
的，是快
playing
乐的。
and they're very
所以
happy.
我觉得
So
是
it's
走的，
very
尤其是中
auspicious.
小学
So
哈，
I think that if your
那
house
么
is
你会增
beside
加很多
an
欢乐。
elementary or middle
那么
school,
在国外呢，
that will
很
give
多
you
这
a lot
个
of
中小学
happiness.
这个环境还比较好，有一个大
And
操场。
also
所以就像
in
你自己
now
家守
in
着
North
一个
America,
普通
there
的社区
is a
公园
very
一样，
large park
我在散步
in
啊，
the
还有
school.
视觉啊，
And
都是
so
比较宽
it's
松
going
的，
to be
比较
very
舒服的。
nice for you that you will have a
那么
nice
孩子呢，
view
也
and
是
there's
我
some
们这个人
place
的
you
一
can
个，
take a
尤其是
stroll.
中老年人的希望，是吧？
And
对，
also
所以这才
children
是个好
are
东
our
西。
hope for the future. So
但是
it's a
某一
very
些
good
机
feng
关就
shui.
某些场所就不太好。
However, there are some
比如说
places that are not very
那
good.
天有人说了，像
For
这
example,
个
the other day,
殡仪馆啊，
somebody asked about
火葬
funeral
场
home
啊，甚至是比较靠近医院的，
or hospitals
机场
or
靠近垃圾场
or
更不好，这
garbage
个臭味熏天呐。
disposal facilities
局啊，
消
or
防局它总是
or
5分钟
fireplaces
或者频率更高的1
or
分钟
or
呜呜就叫，这谁受得了啊？他总要报警啊！他为了让大家把这个路给他让开，他一开门他就叫，
when you
他
live
们就叫。
beside
当然好
the
处是呢，就是你们家如果真有起火
fire
的话
station,
他们来救火特别方便，
their
是吧？
their
不是说忘了开
sirens
车了就
sounds
就来
every
因为
few
太方便了
minutes
给你串门儿
and it
啊
will
但是也是容
create
易被骚扰。
it will annoy you
所以
and
靠
create
近
trouble
这些
for
地
you.
方的房子就是
And so
便宜
places houses near these type of places will be
师
cheaper.
傅再问一个这个房间里小环境的。刚才
Master,
师傅
there's
说好
another
多网友都
question
学会
about
那
the
个洗手
smaller
间要挂门帘
environment.
儿了哈
So many
但是
people
也
have
有网
learned
友
that
就
they
是
need
说
to hang a
洗手间
curtain
里边的话
in
是
the
点
on the
点个
bathroom
香
door.
啊还是点个蜡烛啊
And
会
so
不会更
people
好
are
呢
asking, is it better to light incense or candle in the bathroom? Is there a way
这
to
是我们住
adjust
家里
feng
头
shui
呢
in the
我
bathroom?
这是我个人认为哈，我不参考人家其他专业风水师
I
怎
don't
么
know
说的
what
我根本就是
professional
业余的
feng
业余
shui Feng Shui professionals would say, I am an amateur. I feel that because of many designs, many bathrooms doesn't have a window. If it's dark in the day, many people will feel scared when they want to go to the bathroom. Adults would say that, why am I scared when I go to the bathroom? Why do people feel scared? I'm not going to tell you the secret. Let me just tell you how to solve it. My way is to do it in many northern countries. There are outlets, electrical outlets in the bathroom. However, in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia, they are not allowed to have a electrical outlet in the bathroom. And maybe because there has been accidents. However, in many countries in the north, there are electrical outlets in the bathroom. So in the bathroom, I would plug in a very small light, like an LED light. Energy saving wall light. It doesn't cost you too much electricity. And so use such a light. It's not too bright, but it is turned on night and day. And of course, try to avoid splashing water onto the light for safety, so that whenever you go into the bathroom, there's always light, and then you will feel better. And also, if you can put a curtain on your bathroom door, make sure that you do that. Also, inside the bathroom, make sure that you put some fragrance in the bathroom, or that always turn on the fan, because there are bad scents in the bathroom. Make sure that they are excreted. Otherwise, the bad scent will flow into your room, and that's not very good. The fan, if possible, you can keep it turned on at all the time. And so always have a wall light and turn on the fan, and also put a curtain on your bathroom door. Fan Jian is asking that I have an empty vase in the living room. Is it going to affect my feng shui? If it's an empty vase, it's not going to affect your feng shui. Usually for a container type of feng shui item, it always accumulates. Another question is, I have a pottery in the shape of a horse. Is it going to bring me good feng shui? In North America, in Canada, there are many people who hunt. Of course, they have a license to hunt. And I've seen in some people's houses that they would hang a stag's head. And I've visited my friend's house where there's such a decoration, and I was scared by it. It feels very uncomfortable. Maybe they like animals. If we count backward, if we count 50 years back, many cultures, whether it's men, most men hunt, and they hunt so that they have food to eat. It's just like farmers cultivate the land, and this is something that's very normal for them. And so that when they hunt a tiger, a panther, or a rhino, that's their prize. And so they make it into a decoration to show their bravery, their strengths. And so at different times, everyone values different things. In modern days, men might show off with their watches or vehicles. So at least 50 years ago, many people will show off their strengths, that they can attack, that they can fight. And this is a history of humans. So with such animal heads, whether they are made from the real animal, there are a lot of these in the past. There are fewer of these nowadays. And some people are very attracted to the animals. And they might use different materials like glass or wood to make different arts of the animal, like deers, pandas, and they put it in the living room, or peacocks. People today want to beautify their rooms. I love nature, and that's good. But my reminder is, if you have if you have a carnivorous animal in your home, what does it bring you? From energy. Somebody killed it, and now it's in your house. Or that it's something that's fake. It's a fake tiger. It's a fake leopard. People like leopard, use a leopard print to decorate, or that they make the house's decoration in the form of a leopard. Some people copies the monkey lion and wears clothing, wears skirts that has leopard print. The Monkey King is a male, but he used the tiger's skin and wraps it around his waist. And many women today can eat a leopard. They use a leopard print to make a skirt. If we forget about the animal, when you see the yellow-colored fur with black prints, it's a very beautiful print. But when we have these fearful animals at home, it might cause you harm. I'm not sure if they are protecting you or harming you. So there is a principle in there. If you cannot decide, then don't use it, especially in the bedroom. Many young women, when there is a birthday party, people will buy you plush animals. When you touch it, it's very soft. And you will accumulate a lot of these plush animals at home. And some girls' bathrooms are piled up with these toys. It's not beneficial to you. It will make your thoughts, it will make you confused. And there are many eyes looking at you. So don't put too many dolls or animal dolls in your bedroom, especially the ones that the eyes look very real. But when you buy it, you like the ones that look very real. So don't put these type of toys in your bedroom. What if there are spirits in them? And some people would say that I'd rather be scared than to know this.
这种像人像比较很形象的动物的
So
这些
toys
娃娃
that
的
are
东西
very lifelike,
有
whether
点
it's
容易
humans or
送人
animals,
就送人
don't keep too
喜欢
many
用
of
送
them.
人
If
送
you
给其他
you
小
are
朋友
already growing
这是
up,
消过毒的洗好的
clean the toys
这个大
and
家
then
不
give it
反
away.
大家不玩旧的就是怕脏了还有寄生虫
People usually
不干
don't
净不
accept
卫生
older
是吧
toys
怕这个
because it's not clean. And that's
家
an
里头我
issue.
们放的装饰物哈尽量不要用那些猛
So
兽
decorations at home don't use very ferocious animals or
对它
or
生活中
snakes.
蛇也比较多对这些
Many
阴
Indians
不会
like
阴森的东西少放
many
啊
people from Indian culture like
Okay.
snakes,
，Allen
but
谈这位
don't
陈先生
use
他
too
有
much
一个
of it to
问的
decorate.
他说他儿子当兵的时候呢，就得
When
奖
my
得了一
son
把剑
was in the
他说我可
army,
以把这把剑
he
放在客
was
厅的
awarded
这
a
个置物柜
sword.
的上面吗？
Can I
但
put
他可
the
能自己
sword
也觉
on
得
the
不太合适
display
如果
cabinet?
不应该放在那儿的
If
话
it's
那
not
放在哪
suitable,
是
where should I
来
put the
是不
sword?
这种剑最好把它包裹好了因为是个纪念品啊
Because it is a souvenir.
这个剑连那个剑鞘一起
So
用布把它包
make
起来
sure rub the
放在柜子
sword
里
in fabric, in cloth, and put it away in the cabinet. Don't show it.
这把剑成为
If you
家庭
display
中
it,
最荣耀的一个亮点的
If
时候
this is your
你们家
brightest
从
point
此就
in your
平安
home, then your
而且
home
容
will
易
not
引发
be
是非
safe.
与血光之灾
It will
我如果实话
inflict
说就是这样
disasters
你肯定不乐意嘛
and bloodshed. If you don't want this, then put the sword away.
感恩师傅。
Thank
那
you,
除了这些
Master.
风水的问题，还有面相
Other
的
than
问
feng
题
shui
啊，我们很
questions,
多
there are
的
also
网友都是很感兴趣地
facial
讲了这些
appearance
面相的知识哈。
questions.
有一个网友就问，就是说
Somebody
他
asked
是那个
that
鸡嘴耳，
they
鸡嘴
have
耳呢，
a
他想问
chicken
说他
beak
戴这个
ear.
圆形的珍珠的耳
If they
环
wear
是不是会
round
更好一些？
pearl ear
哎
studs, is
这
it
是很
better?
有悟性啊
You're
这个特
very
别好啊
smart.
对戴珍珠啊
If you
戴
wear
美玉啊
pearls or
啊
jade
珊瑚呀
or
还有一些
coral
好的一些很好的宝石类的
or
啊
other
对会
precious
增
or
加
semi-precious
啊来甚
gemstones,
至叫弥补式
it will
耳
make
相
up
的不圆满
it will make up
啊会增加福
for
气的
the shape of your
这个应
ears
该是
and
这
it
样
can increase fortune for you.
那太好了，那我也想跟网友们分享一下，我们现在慈悲
And
音上哈，
Master,
你
I
可以
want to
去看一
share
看
with
如
the
果
friends
自己的
online
口
that
型
on
希望能像更
cibeinyin.com,
像富贵耳的话哈，
if you
可以
want
去
to
选择一下
adjust
很好
your
的这
ear
种耳
shape,
环
there
的一些
are
设
some
计
ear studs available online.
好看还哪个问题啊
Is there other questions?
还有一个网友问说，那个在卧室里边放植物是不是不好？是不是会跟人抢那个氧气？
Is it good to place a potted plant in the bedroom? Are they going to compete for oxygen with us?
就是地球上的很
You
多
have to understand,
哎植物不是用氧气的
and plants does not use oxygen. They release
没
oxygen.
有太阳光的时候，
But what if at night when there's no
如果你这
sun?
么说的话你的观众
If
们
you
观
are
众朋友
talking about
那
it
你屋里
this
呼吸的
way,
到底是空
you
气还
have
是脏空气
your doors closed and your
那它
window
也
closed.
没
What are you breathing in?
所以它有个时间的一个过程
You didn't die
所以
breathing
这
in
风你的
the
屋里放了多少
the
如果你的睡房里放的像花园一样
the
那么
stock
多的东西
oxygen.
也许并不利
It
这就是
depends
阴
on
气
how
过重
much potted
这
plants
里
you
讲
put
到这
in.
个问题的时
If
候
you
啊
have so
我希
much
望你会找
potted
到
plants
图片
like a garden,
是
then that's too much
有
in
些人说
energy,
我
and
希
that's
望我
not
的花
good.
园里郁
Some
成
people
郁
would
郁
say
成
that
风
I want
尤其
my
在北美
garden
地
to
区
flourish.
北美地区呢这大家
Especially
很多
in
人都是
North
住的别
America,
墅
many people have their
这
own
是他常
houses.
见的房子哈比如在中国住别墅就觉得很
But
奢侈
in
在北美
China,
住别墅
it
觉得
would
是
be
很
very
正常
expensive to live in
那
a house.
有些
But
人
it's
他就
normal
喜欢
in
树
North
木花
America.
草
And
哎
many people
他
like
种了
trees
很
and
多树
plants and
那么
flowers.
外面大
And
晴
they
天
have
那么
planted
大
a
家的
lot
窗
of
户屋
trees.
里头一直都
Although
是
it's
阴
very
阴的
sunny
你看那个院
outside,
子都是阴阴
but
的这么
their
大树
yard
枝
and
子
their house is
我觉得
very
那个更好
shady. And I don't
我们有
think
没有
that
这
is
个
very
图片
good.
能快速
Do
地
we have any similar
啊
photos?
大家看哈
Look at this
其实
house.
是你都看不见房子
You
了
can't even
有
see
的
the
时候也能
house.
看到房子但是它
Sometimes
密
you
密
can
麻麻的
see
这个绿色
you
的
can
植
have a
被
glimpse
太
of the
多了
house, but there are
我
too
告诉大
many
家它这个
trees and
房子哈
too many
你看
greenery
有的房
around
子
you.
什么知道吗
Can you see the arrow pointing to the house? There is no plant on the wall of the house. It's just too many plants around the house. Actually, this one doesn't have a lot of trees around it already. There are some I've seen that has too much trees and too much yin energy, and such houses are not beneficial to the homeowner. So remember, we said that we need a lot of trees in the larger environment. However, in your own house, in your yard, when there are too many trees, especially with a large crown, if your house is surrounded by 2, 3 or more large trees, then it blocks all the sunlight and there are too much yin energy. When there are too much yin energy, I cannot explain what type of yin-related illness will happen. Just be very careful. So whether it's in your house or outside of your house, the amount of plants in your home, you have to be in control. In your house, if there is an orchid, if you can put 1 orchid in your bedroom, that's enough. If you think that you're very rich and you want to place 20 pots of orchid in your bedroom, I don't know what to say. It's not good for you. Don't say what type of oxygen the plant is emitting. The most importantly is that if the plant's energy is stronger than your energy, then the plant becomes the owner of the house and you become the slave. When you purchase the plant is supposed to service you. It's like a dog owner when the dog takes charge and becomes a homeowner. You are being controlled by the dog. When you have a pet, it's not real happiness that you are being enslaved by the pet. And that pet includes animals and plants. Don't be driven by the plant. It's like people reading a sutra. When you are reading so much sutra that you are confused yourself. But when your heart is pure, then you can use the sutra. If you are confused, the more you read the sutra, the more confused you are. That's a similar principle. So too much plant is not good, whether it's outside the house or inside the house. I have been to a house back when I was in Qinghai. It was a government official's house. And in his living room, he has many different types of plants at home. And I think it's too much. And when it's too much, his child was not successful. He had a weird personality. And he doesn't do good things. Is it related to the plant? Too much plant will show the state of their family fortune, and that's why the child have issues. And that's my experience. Are there any other questions related to the house?
还有那个袁冠问啊，就这个北美的比较适合。他说平时出入都是从车库。
Some people is asking that in North America because they enter and leave the house through the garage doors. So is the feng shui in the garage very important? What do we need to be careful about? Garage are always sometimes is a place that leaks wells. And so if you trust me, I will upload a diagram of the King Wen Bagua so that people can download it. I will put it to
放到我们的八卦
energy-bagua.com.
大家去下载。
And so you can download it there, and it will be in high definition, and you can print it. And then you can paint such a Bagua diagram on your garage floor. You have to paint it with paint.
那个地板用的油漆啊，画上它。
You have to paint it.
汽车压也不会坏。
And so, and even if your car drives on it, it's not going to damage it.
我们那个坛城。
And also, a mandala Thangka. The mandala Thangka cannot be placed on the floor. You have to hang it on the wall facing the garage door,
有这样的一个坛城，居住你家的气很浓。
so that it accumulates wealth and energy for your family.
他家还有
And
游泳池，我记得
Yuan Guan, I remember her house has a swimming pool. She has a very large house.
哎，他家那个游泳池，其实呢，因为平时你也不游泳，
Usually you don't swim in
那
the,
周围有
right? And there's also ocean around your house.
我觉得严冠的命，我不知道是不是火命啊。
I don't know if her life has the life of fire, but I'm worrying that
对，
there are too much water around her.
你知道游泳池平常你不用的时候，
If you don't
有
use
些游泳池
a
哈
swimming
它
pool very
上面
often,
已经有预备好的盖子，
there is a lid that you can cover the swimming
靠头
pool,
的地方露出一个小口
or that you leave a very opening so that the water doesn't turn bad. Otherwise, there are too much cold energy, too much water energy, and it will collide with your life of fire. So water, there shouldn't be too much water.
以后如果是这样的话，我看
And also in the
弄一个
future,
东西，让你有可能在你的游泳池旁边
and
呢
maybe put
放
something
一个神
beside
龟
your,
你得找神龟去
put
拿
maybe put
对
a
对着那个游泳池
turtle
放的
beside your swimming pool, facing the turtle, facing the swimming pool, so that
陶瓷对
maybe a porcelain dragon turtle, so that it can
太实用了。
press down on the water energy. It sounds very complex, but what I'm talking about, these are very elementary feng shui principles.
初级的啊。
还有一个网友王凤兰呢
Someone
他
is
问
asking
请教师傅，
that
家里如果养鱼的话，那个鱼缸
Master,
放在什么位置比
if
较好？
I have a tank, if I have a fish tank, where should I put it?
鱼缸一般都是在客厅里头。
Usually, fish tanks are in the living room. Very few people would place it in the bedroom.
请你记住
It's
这
a
是水
fish tank,
也是
and
水的问题
it has a
所以一
property
般
of
的家庭
water.
鱼缸不宜过大。
So, in a normal family, the fish tank shouldn't be too
鱼
large.
缸在客厅，
The
他家里头分他家的
it
这个环境
depends
条件有
on
多大
how
在
big
北
your
美呢
house
叫
is.
家庭厅
If you're in
那我
North
觉得
America,
鱼
there's
缸
also a
非常的特
family
殊
room
性
and a living
因
room.
为家庭厅如果有孩子，
If you have children,
就是非常健康的孩子，就比较活泼乱动。
if you have children who likes to, who are very healthy and very
他们
active,
看见玻璃里头有个鱼在游，
and
他就非得去弄。
when they see the fish swimming in the fish tank, they will want to play with it, and so it's not safe. So it might be better to put the fish tank in the living room and make sure that your fish tank is not overly sized.
养宠物是勤快人的行为，
Only very diligent people
鱼
can
缸和养狗
raise
一样，
pets.
养任
A
何
fish
东西
pet
只要是
is
活物它吃
is
喝
the
拉
same
撒
as a dog.
你要不管哈，
If it's a
那
living
15天
animal,
之后就
they
两
will
米
need
在
to
里头都
eat.
又臭又脏。
If you don't take care of it, it will be very dirty and it's going to smell very bad.
就像人呼吸
The
这个
fish
氧气一样
smells,
那空气
the
一会儿
fish
有孩子就
breathes
臭污
like
了臭那
humans,
鱼缸呢，它经过它吐，随
and
时在吞吐的这
so
个水
they
哈
will
就变成带有
they will
粘
eat
液
and drink the
和生物
water,
质
and so
就
the
很快就
water
在鱼缸的
becomes
壁上
very
和鱼缸的里面的
dirty,
脏器上就会形成
and
一
there
层
will be
厚厚的
slimes
污垢
growing on the
对
side
所以
of
半个
the
月不
fish
管
tank
到
and
了夏
also
天
on the
鱼缸就
ornaments.
臭了
And if you don't
所以
take
这个
care
就
of
是
it,
啊
it's going to
所
smell
以
very
要
bad.
勤快
So be very
按
careful
照标
and
准
be
该换
diligent.
水必须换水
Remember to change
所
water
以懒得
frequently.
养不得宠物
So a
日本
lazy
的话
person
就一定
cannot take
为
care of
宠物所
pets,
害给
or
带来
that
是不好的
the
能
pet
量
will bring you negative energy.
还有啥问题？
还有个网友 问到金刚杵的问题，就是有五股。
There's somebody who's asking about the Vaja. There are five
今天不解释法务了，
ring
我们
Vaja and 9 ring Vaja.
要不然我
We're
们
not
话
going
得
to
太
talk
大
too much
会太
about
会
Dharma
太
items
英文
today.
啊
We'll focus on
所以
Feng
在
Shui
这个
today.
选择房子的时候，
So
就是这样
when you are
还有一
choosing
些
a
不看不
house,
见的感觉，我也补充一下。
there are
你住进这个
feelings
房
that
子
you
来，
cannot
或者你
see
再进来看房子的时
when
候，
you are viewing the
家里面会
house.
觉得有一种寒冷感
When you're inside, if you feel
寒
cold,
冷感，我称为叫阴冷。
I would
所以
call
你觉得
it
应
the
该是
yin
热的，
energy.
但是进了这个屋子
It
很
shouldn't be
很
cold,
寒
but
冷，
when
有
you
点
step
的感觉。
inside, you
尽
feel
量
cold and
如
you
果你
feel
要
scared.
买的房子，
Then try to
如果有
avoid
选择
this
的话，
house. If you
如果
have
有
a
选择的话，
choice,
就不要
if you have a
买一
choice,
个
don't
一看你
buy
就怕怕的感觉。
such a house that
不是
once
你
you
不愿意
enter, you feel
所
scared.
以还是
There's
这
a
种房子
reason for being
尽量不要
scared.
选。
So try to avoid these type of houses.
提醒大家呢，就是说，
A
我们已经
reminder,
有的住房的人呢，要注
If
意
you
哈，就
already
是
have a
那个不要
house or
窗帘都一
residence,
直拉着。
make sure that don't
那很多人
keep
说
your
我的私人
curtains
隐
closed
私
all
啊，
day
你看
long.
对面如果我总是开着窗户，
Some people say
是
that I
透
want
风
my
啊，透明的，
privacy.
没有
If my
拉窗
curtain
帘的
is
话，
open,
对面有个男的能看见我，
there
所以
is
我
a
总是得
man
搁在阳台上。
lives across
这个
from
分
my
前后，
place. And so that's
啊，
why I
就
keep
是
the
如
curtains
果是
closed
太
all
阳
the
的时
time.
候，你
It
的屋里
depends
头
on the
该让
time.
阳光进来，
When there's
就多
sunshine,
让阳光进
let
来。
the sun
让
shine
阳光
into
进来
your
的时候，你的
room.
衣服不是穿整齐的吗？
And when the sun
对，
shines in,
这就得让
make sure that
进
you are
光才行。
properly dressed.
阳光能除阴霾，请记住哈。
The
阳
light
光
of the
能
sun
除
can
阴霾。
dispel all negative
阴霾
energies.
可能
Negative
本身我们所说的
energies.
光照进的是屋里，但是这个
Also,
能
the
量
sunlight
阴
shines
霾
into
在
the
屋里，
house,
最后变成是你跑到你心里。
but
本来屋里不见光，最后自己变成你的大脑里不见光了。就变
the
成自己
negative
乱
energy in the house will
都是不
slowly
见光的
goes
人。
into your body
经常
and
在
your
看的
mind.
人就想运
And
动，
so
想
a
唱歌，
person
想
who
跳舞，
always
这种人想
who's
得忧郁
always
症，真的
under
得
the
死不了。
sun, they're
所以就
always
他们就是很
active.
快
They
乐，
want to
他
dance
能给
and
自
sing,
己
and
治
they're
疗，
always
总
happy.
能找到像
They
小孩
can
一样，总能
really
找到自己
relax
玩的东西，
themselves from
让自己
pressure, and they
不
can
郁闷。
find
这就是最
find
阳光的人。
happy things to play
啊，
with,
喜欢晒太
and
阳
so
的就
that
比
they
较
are
快
not
乐，或者
depressed.
心情比较
People
快
who
乐
likes the sun
啊。
have a
所以
broad
的话，
heart
就是我
and
们这
are
个
very happy.
哪间屋子都好哈，
And so
除了
depends
你的
on
目的
which
是之
room
外，
we are
正
in.
常情况下最好还都是能
Other
该见
than
光的时候要
your
见光，
basement,
该透气时
when there's sunshine,
今天
let
无
the
论
sun
空调多
shining
么发
in,
达，
and
别
remember
人
to
不如
open
把
the
窗户开
window.
开，空气
It
最
doesn't
流
matter
畅。
how
你的
good
屋里
your
头
air
现在新鲜
conditioner
空气，
is.
你的
It's always
有
better to
你的屋
open
里
the
如果有
window
有
so
新
that
鲜
there are
空气的
fresh
味
air
道，
coming
那才
in.
是
The fresh scent
所
of
以时常
air.
的有空的时候，
How
白天
comfortable
开开
is
窗
it
户
to
啊，
smell that?
新空气进来，
So when you
是
have
这
time
样。
in the day,
嗯，
open the
让
window,
阳光进来，
let the
人
wind
人就
and
变得
let the
阳光了
sun shine
啊。
in. When the
对，
sun
就把
shines
你的阴
in,
霾赶
you
走，
will be
这个重要。
optimistic too,
现在这个
and
照
it
片拍的
drives
好，特别
negative
好。
energy away.
这个
Look
房
at
间
this
布局
picture.
不错哈，你看它窗户
This
多
is a
多，
good
太多了。这是一
good
个韩国人的
place.
卧房，一看装饰就知道。
It
因为
looks like a
华人
Korean
和世界各地
design,
的人用的中
and
间
there
的灯
are
笼不
a
会用
lot
白
of
布灯笼。
there's a lot of
可能韩国
windows.
过去那个衣服一
Usually,
直都是
most
白的
people wouldn't want to
衣服都是
have
白
a
的
white lamp,
啊，对。
but
所以呢，还有
Koreans
人今
really
天
like
也会用
the
白
color
色，
white.
但是还有
In
床
the
头放在
past,
那个黑白
their
花，它是用那个宣
clothings
纸。
are white as
那
well.
个黑白花那个东西真正来源是什么呢？是我们
And
在那个
the
过去好的书法
picture
家，对不对？
on top of
好
the
的书法
bed,
家或者皇帝啊、高
there
官啊，
is a
字也
picture
很秀美，对不对？
in
人们会去拓印它，
dark
用宣
background.
纸贴上去
And
拓
so
印它，
in the
拓
past,
印下来那个字，他用这个宣纸再
when
把它包一包，
people's
我们韩国
calligraphy
当代的新的艺术粘上去，
when
一个一个的，
people's calligraphy
就
is
像黑面
engraved
包似的，
on the stone,
有这种感
people
觉
would
哈。
use ink
成为艺术，
to
说
to
这个代
copy
表
it.
是这个屋容易有
So this type of room tends to have issues. What is black and white? Black and white represents life and death. this room's color is black and white. So there is black behind the bed, and there is a white lamp in front of it. Usually, the Chinese saying is that when people are about to pass away, they would see ghosts, black ghosts and white ghosts to take you away. And maybe it's a luxurious hotel, or maybe it's a modern designer. They don't understand it. This is not a good interior design. What if you hung the silk scarf of gold vein? Wouldn't it be much better? There are many good products made in Korea, but in that room, that type of Feng Shui, there are a lot for discussion. Coming back to our faces, there is a saying that if this person has a good fortune, it doesn't matter where they live in. Every house they live in will be a good house. So a bad geography becomes a good one. Bad energy becomes good energy because of your fate and fortune. Your face will show if you have the fate to live in a big house. If your house worth is more than $5 million, it's all shown on your face. If you cultivate well, you will discover, maybe many of my students will learn it, that you can see if your ancestors' graves are good, if they need repairing, if it's leaking, if it's been stolen by robbers. It's all shown on your face. So self-cultivation completes our life. It makes our life more compassionate and more kind. People say that I want to be compassionate and kind, but I also need to work. Compassionate people work the hardest because they have a heart of gratefulness. If there are so many things to allure you, you will have the fortitude to stand still. Compassionate people understands that contentment makes happiness. They also understand gratitude. When you have such manners, and when you do a lot of good deeds, when you self-cultivate your good heart, every day you do three things. You think about what you have done. Are you able to face your ethics and morals? You think back on your behaviors, and that is a gentleman. That your behaviors are very kind. Although you may be selfish or you have greed, but you will ask yourself, is it okay to do it? You will evaluate it before doing it. If you don't have such manners, you would want to cheat other people first, get the money first. And so when you have a good heart, you will have a good fate. You will have a good appearance. When you have good fate and appearance, wouldn't you have a good house? Doesn't matter where you live, every house will be a good house. Even if you live in a basement, your basement is illuminated by Buddha's light. But if you have bad fate, even if you can stay in a very luxurious house, you can work there, but you won't be able to bear living in the house. When you don't have money, you want to eat everything and you can digest everything. But when you have money, there are many things that you cannot eat. If you eat it, you won't feel very well. And many wealthy people, when they eat normal food, they also need to take pills to help with digestion. What is it? It is how much fortune you have. There is a nation's president that eats junk food all the time. And he is very old, but he is still very energetic. That is his skills, and that is his fortune. So depending on how much fortune you have, when you don't have money, you want to eat a lot of meat. But when you have money, when you eat a lot of meat, your cerebral blood system can take it. That means that you don't have enough fortune. If you have a lot of fortune, you can eat a rock, and that rock will turn into water. Even if you eat poison, your cold will be healed. An unfortunate person will eat poison and die from it. And they might even die without eating anything. They might sneeze or fart and die. And that's fate. And so how do you cultivate? Take it slow. Don't do anything bad and do a lot of good deeds. Here at Bodhi Meditation, it's all about health and happiness. As long as you have merit and fortune, you can do anything. And you can face your life. Then we can eat anything we want. We can live anywhere. When you have good fortune, you can live in a ghost house. If you haven't cultivated until that stage, don't live in a ghost house. What if you are scared by the ghost and you become ill from it? So we are comparing our fortune at the end.
有个金通石，他说房子前面是小区的公园。
In front of my house, there is a park. If there is a park, then that's very good. If around your house there are parks or schools, that's very good. If you are living in a city and there is a park beside you, your house probably values twice as other houses. Just compare the price yourself. And it's also a very good feng shui. What if there is a mountain behind it? Then that's good. Some people say that there is a mental institute beside it. That's not very good. Somebody says that my house is not very cheap, but there are people who do drugs that wanders around a lot. That's not very good either.
有一个我不知道怎么拼他那个名字哈，但是他姓李啊。他说他这个客厅的大门
Lee says that
对面的尖角怎么做呢？
her living room door faces the corner of the opposite building. If the corner is very sharp, then put 3 potted plants facing the sharp corner so that the tree dissolves some of the colliding energy. And also put a few pebbles, larger pebbles, in the potted plant as well. Her Judy's front door Judy's house, in front of the house, it's the level of the house is very tall, it's higher than the back. This is not very good because you will feel a sense of stress. It's better to have the back of, actually no, the back of the house can be higher than the level of the front of the house. Another person is asking that, is it better to live on higher floors or lower floors? Depends on what you want. If you want to be able to run away during disasters, then live on a lower floor. If you want to look ahead, then you can and make a poem of your views and live on the higher floor. I personally likes to live on the ground floor. Someone is asking about houses in the suburb. China is very large. In different provinces, there are different topography. So depends on where you live, the structure of the house will also be different. It's very difficult to tell. You have to show me the layout of your house. Because in the ancient times, most people live in courtyards. The yard is the most important. Why is each house enclosed by walls? Because your livestock and your plants are all inside the walls. And also your daily stables. So the yard is very important. So in the past, in the suburbs, not only we're looking at the house alone, but we're also looking at the yards around the house. So that the houses should be in the formation of Bagua. And so traditional Chinese houses, usually they are balanced. And they are very aware of Feng Shui. And even when it rains, the rains that falls from your roof should be stored, should run into your own courtyard and not outside of your house. It should drop into your house first so that you store the wealth. If you don't understand it, then your wealth will be leaked. So traditional Chinese house feng shui is different from the more modern architectures. And usually the courtyards are rectangular or square. And it all contains energy of turtles and snakes. Somebody is asking that there is a pond behind my house. Is it good? I don't think it's very good. I think the pond should be in front of the house. I think it's similar to a house having a swimming pool in the back. So we talked about it before, that behind your house, you need something to rely on, something that's very concrete, something that's very strong. So usually, if it's a mountain or not a large house, it will give you support. And anything that is related to water or wind should be in front of your house. So it's not very good to have a pond behind your house. It also depends on a person's fate and fortune. If your family needs water and suitable for water, then maybe it's okay. But if your life doesn't need a lot of water, then it's not very good to have a pond in the back. And also, it's the same for your ancestors' graves. We also talk about water and mountains. My mother-in-law lives in the suburb, and their house is higher than the street level. On the east, there is a small hill. There are fruit trees, and there is a cornfield. On the west, there is a road. Is it good? Yes, it's good. This is a good environment. Is it good to have a large tree in front of the house? Yes, it's good. Depends on where the tree is. If the tree is directly in front of your entrance, then that's not very good. But if it's on the corner of your house, then that's good. If it's directly in front of your door, then that's not very good. It becomes an obstacle. Mr. Lin says that their house is very close to the major road. How do they change it? You can put blessed treasure vase, or if you have if you have a blessed item from a master, whether it's made of wood or rock or some sort of dharma item, it can help you to change the feng shui. Our organization are not feng shui professionals. When we are talking about family precepts, we started to talk a little bit of change after self-cultivation, and that's how it led us to talk about feng shui. I'm only an amateur, and we're not feng shui organizations, but the items that we have are blessed, and they carry the protective energy from Buddhas. And so it might help you. And even such treasure vases, after it draws in the energy through the round body, it softens the negative energy. And especially when we blessed the treasure vase with this goal, it has the effect of dissolving the negative energy. And sometimes I would also tell you to plant a tree or plant some flowers. And the set of treasure vases are even better to resolve strong collision energy. And if you know how to use it, all energy, you can change all energy into positive energy. It can dissolve the collective energy and change it into positive energy and fortunate energy. And such informations, I recommend you to read Energy Bagua, The Secret Code of Life. In this book, even before we started, in this book, it talks about architecture, health, marriage, and many reminders for life. It will help you to understand whether it's feng shui or fate or career. It mentions some points to inspire you to think. It's not very detailed. When we have the live broadcast, because I want you to understand, so I talk a little bit more in detail. This book is available in all body meditation and Energy Bagua centers. So, Energy Bagua, the secret code of life, is worth your reading. Otherwise, when you work Energy Bagua, you don't know why we do it. It's very interesting. Even the aerobatic exercise that we practice at the beginning, that's only a little bit of Energy Bagua. After you understand Energy Bagua, you understand fate, you understand management, and how to be a good person. It's very mystical. It is a very important principle. And this book reminds you some of the principles. Any other questions that needs to be answered? Right now, on our Energy Bagua website, energybagua-bagua.com, and also on YouTube. If you search my name, you would be able to find the Energy Bagua Aerobic exercise. If you practice once every day, you will be able to sweat all over, and it will improve your blood circulation. You can eat more and you can sleep better, and whatever you eat, you can digest it. So with just one practice of it every day. And if you practice more, one day maybe you can become a martial art master. His neighbor living across the street from their house, the two house doors are directly facing each other. So I would suggest you to put a plant on the left side of your door when you are standing in the door facing your neighbor, on the left side of the entrance, and also inside the house. After you enter the door, if you can hang a golden mandala Thangka, then it can also dissolve some negative energies. It can change the negative energy into positive and auspicious energy. Behind this person's back window, there is a graveyard. Is it good? What do you guys think? It's not good. If the graveyard is beside you or in front of you, anywhere close to your house, it's not very good. We talked about it before, that funeral homes, hospitals, fire stations, mental institutes, graveyards, police stations, if any of these institutions or even a law court is beside your house, it's not very good. And also, if there is a religious organization that you don't like or you don't believe, then that's not good. If you believe in it, then it's good for you. But if you don't believe in it, then don't live beside it, because your energy is much less than the energy of the divinity. I'm looking at your current comments. After I answer a few, we will finish this class. I'm hungry already. In front of my front door, it is 5 meters away from my front door. It's a small forest. Is it good? If it's very small trees, if it's small trees that are 5 meters away from you, that's okay. But however, if the trees overpower you, overtowering your house, then that's not very good. I don't understand it. Poplar tree in the spring, do they have a lot of allergens that causes allergy? Yes, but nothing is perfect in this world. It's difficult to change your residence. If you are close to such a large forest, and this house was probably left by your ancestors, so it's very difficult to move. So if your family has a fate, fortune, and morals, it won't create a problem. Jessica asked that, what if it's a temple beside my house? If you believe in this religion, then it will help you. If you don't, then it's not going to help you. And even worse, it might create troubles for you. There are many different types of temples. I don't understand this question. I'm gonna pass it. Someone is asking that if there is a lake behind my house, is it good? No. Behind my house, behind my residence, there is an elementary school. That's very good. This is even more unique. He says that in my city, there is a building that is constructed on a river, so the river passes underneath the building. Is it good? No, it's not good. The river passes beneath your house every day. If you like swimming, you can jump into the river and swim. When I was in the US, I've seen a building that crosses a highway, so the highway runs through the bottom of the building. I don't think it's very good. This is against the law of nature. If it's against the law of nature, it's not very good. Even if you live in the building, when we talk about Feng Shui, it is about the wind and water. We need to make good use of wind and water. But if you sit on top of a river, it's not very good. The river and the fishes inside have no relation with you, but the fish you already have they swim away already? You can consider that. So be careful when you try to purchase a house. Many houses have feng shui issues. It's not that they had murders happen in there before. So if a house had murders that happen in it, if before you buy a house, you can ask your realtor to ask about it from the police. And under the law, they have to expose real information. And so such house will usually be cheaper. So be very careful. So after we understand this, first we need to use form well. Your house. So what is form? Your house. If you don't know how to adjust the feng shui inside, you can send me your layout. I'm not a professional feng shui teller. I'm not a professional life teller, fortune teller. But I'll tell you what I think is right. If you send me your layout, I will tell it to you. And so that when you adjust the feng shui, I hope that you don't spend too much money to do it too. Many people are sending me questions, and I want to answer more questions. Someone says that, what if I live beside a police station? Law courts, police stations, or jails, it's not very good to live beside it. It doesn't matter which country or culture you live in. If you live beside a police station, it's not very good. This one is very interesting. On the right side of my house is a elementary school. On the right is a care home. Is it good? So from the left and right, and if you look from the left to the right, it is a reincarnation from left to death. I would suggest you that when you have a chance, you should move away. I see many questions, and many questions I have been answered. If you didn't hear me answering, you can rewatch this video later. So if you live beside such places that we have mentioned, it's not very good. If you have already bought the house, maybe you can sell this one and buy another one. But don't rush. Moving and buying a house will test your fortitude, test your fortune and your patience. And so before you move, maybe self-cultivate diligently for a month, chant, so that Buddha and Bodhisattva will guide you, and avoid bad environments. Look at the large environment first, and then look for the house that you like, with a compassionate heart, with Buddha's illumination, with divinity's powers. Our life, our living environment can be more auspicious. With the Buddha's protection, even a normal feng shui place or a place with minor feng shui issues, I think these issues will be corrected easily. And I welcome you to send me pictures of your layout. If you are the house owner, you can also send me your pictures and tell me your age. And some houses are very good, but it depends on the home, and it depends on if you have the fortune to live in such a house. Say that if you don't have the fortune, but you live in the royal palace, that good energy of the royal palace will be harmful to you. But a person with good fortune, they are able to overpower houses with bad feng shui. That person is able to lift thousands of kilograms of weight, and living in that house is just holding on a bundle of vegetables. Say that a house has many. There are many different types of houses. There are houses situated on a dragon's cave. I have been cultivating for many, many years. So when I drive by a house, I can tell immediately that this is a very fortunate house. All the houses on the street are very fortunate, but that one is the most fortunate. I can see the energy. For beginners learning about feng shui, usually at first you look at the form, but when I look at the qi, the color, the illumination. If there are good energy flowing out from it, I can tell you where the house is in Vancouver. There are many new houses that were built, but there is an old house on that street. So the person who lived in it, their roof shows that this is a very honest man living in this house. And there's auspicious energy coming out from the house. And the senior living in that house doesn't take a walk very much. But sometimes when I walk by, I can see him watching TV, and and when I look at him through the window, he would look out at me, and he has grew many plants in the garden. And so when he looks out from the window, I can see his face, and he is very liberated. He's a Caucasian, and he would say hello to me from inside the house. He has very good fortune. And he might live until he's 99. He has very good fate, very good fortune, so he can live a long life. Although his house is very small, but it shows energy of fortune. It's good if you can buy such a house. It's an old house, so it's cheap. And even if you buy such a house, don't tear it apart and build a new one. I've been to many houses that have very negative energy. When I walk in, I feel very cold. I shiver. And I would leave the house right away. I wouldn't want to enter many rooms inside that house. There's no fate. It might not be a house that had bad things happen in it, but it feels very uncomfortable. It looks okay from outside, but when you walk inside, you feel uncomfortable. Then that's not your home. So if you cultivate well, maybe you will be able to find a house that's suitable for you within a month. And so that's why we say that a person who has a lot of fortune, you don't need to be busy around. It's very simple for you to find good fate. You will be able to find your love of the life very easily too. So cultivate diligently. We are compassionate and kind. And when we do things, we understand gratitude and we show filial piety to our parents. Because on your face, it shows the fortune brought about by your ancestors. And so today, let me tell you, Where can we see the energy, the fortune brought by our ancestors? This place on our forehead, it's bright and shows a little bit yellowish color, and that's the fortune brought by your ancestors. If it's broken, if it caves in, then that means that you were not respectful for your parents, and your ancestors are cursing you. They're not bringing you good fortune. Do you want to learn more? Is it scary? How many good deeds have you done? Your merit will be shown on your face. If you want to know this secret, come back again next Wednesday. We'll talk about Grandmaster JinBodhi's family precepts. That's all for today. I wish you all auspiciousness, healthy and long life. May you smile often. Let us meet again next time.